Connor McAlpine. Number 4, Cooper Stanley. Number 2, Dylan Fair. Number 10, Edgar LeClaire. Number 9, Eli Cormier. Number 5, Ethan Curtis. Number 14, Ethan James. Number 6, Griffin Dunton. Number 20, Justin Largay. Number 13, Maddox Kinney. Number 12, Mason Kinney. Number 22, Max Hopkins. Number 3, Mike Fowler.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting for the Maine Principals Association's Class B North quarterfinal game between the number 3 seed Nokomis Warriors and the visitors number 4 seed Hermon Hawks. Nokomis comes into this game with a record of 10-6 and Hermon with a record of 9-7. Currently, Nokomis Athletic Director Simon Elias is performing the lineup announcements, and we'll have our national anthem and the game coming up. We'll give you a little bit more about the pregame after our lineups and anthem.
Number 4, Dagan Trafton. Number 5, Jeff Carr. Number 6, Zach Furrow. Number 7, Caden Christian. Number 8, Gabe Layton. Number 10, Owen Buck. Number 11, Nick Sharf. Number 12, Shay Lynch. Number 14, Kobe Almeida. Number 16, Isaac Furrow. Number 18, Owen Russell. Number 20, Seth Bowden. Number 21, Owen Menard. And number 24, Tom Nice. The Warriors are coached by Jeff Cretion and assisted by Adam Buber, Andy Hopkins, and Adam Russell. The officials for today's game are Matthew Doobie, Gregory Wright, and Amos Reed, and the athletic trainer is Bob Kreider. We thank you for letting our players play, our coaches coach, and our officials officiate. And with that, play ball.
All right, now that we've met the players and our lineups, our anthem is foregone, for we want to start ourselves on time this windy afternoon here in Newport. Overcast skies, slight breeze, well, sometimes more of a gusty breeze, blowing directly out straight to center field. The Warriors look like this around the infield today. Behind the plate is Isaac Furrow. Bowden's at first, Carr's at second, Cretion is at short, Menard is at third, Buber in left, Buck in center, and Kobe Almeida out in right. On the hill today for the Warriors, senior Tom Nice. Give you a little preview of what things look like in the Class B North standings. The number 1 seed, Coney, is also playing today, and they're playing Caribou down in Augusta. The winner of this contest will face the Rams, chances are, if I was a betting man. But you never know what a team from the county could do. These two teams met once in the regular season, and it was a Memorial Day miracle that's infamously called here by our Nokomis squad. It was a 2-1 game, beautiful pitched game by both teams, and a one-run ball game. We are ready for baseball, and leading things off is Morrison for the Hawks. Playoff baseball from Nokomis. We're underway. First one is a off-speed pitch down low in the zone. Tom Nice, senior. Ground ball pitcher. Knows how to work the plate. Lives in the lower end of the zone. Relies heavily on his defense. 3 balls to start this one. .30 pitch. In there for strike one. Inside part of the plate. Working quickly here. Ground ball to third. That one's booted. Errors today are brought to you by Sebasticook Valley Federal Credit Union. Sebasticook Valley Federal Credit Union makes no errors with your money. If you're looking for a place to secure your funds, check them out. Well, Morrison reaches on an error. The first base runs about snap throw down to first. A nice pick there by Bowden. Ball one. Sam Hopkins, the hitter. Also the center fielder, checks a runner. Morrison must have pretty good wheels, keeping him honest over there. Here's Nice's pitch, swinging a miss on an upstairs fastball. Good hard cut there by Hopkins. 1-1 the count. Nice comes to a set. Good extended read. That one just a bit up in the zone. Little pedestrian change there. 2-1 the count. There's a one hit directly back above us here. As the count comes even, 2-2. Nobody out. Base runner on first. Second hitter of the contest at the plate. Nice steps off and keeps Morrison honest over there. 2-2. Curveball on the inside corner. Strike three. First out of the contest is collected here as Max Hopkins, today's starting pitcher for the Hermon Hawks, steps to the plate. That one fouled off out of play. Looking to roll a pair. Here are the Warriors. Ground ball pitcher is Nice. Ooh, must have been a little bit upstairs there. Just barely misses. 1-1 the count, one away. That one hit straight up in the air in the infield. Should be caught. Buck comes way in. Didn't know if Cretion was going to play that one over his shoulder or if Buck was going to get there, and Buck did. 2 away here as the cleanup hitter, Maddox Kinney, comes to the plate. Kinney is the first baseman for the Hawks. First pitch in there for strike one. Outside corner fastball. There he goes, and that one's hit in the air over to Almeida. That wind is an issue, and it is an issue. That's going to score the first run of the contest. Scoring all the way from first on a steal break. Almeida out in right field today. As a outfield specialist. And loses that one in the wind. Late gust there. That's going to do some funny things to the baseball. First run of the game is unearned. Now hitting for the Hawks, Braden Ladd. Ball on the outside part of the plate. There's a strike. Early jitters here for the Warriors. Couple of errors that have happened already. One run across the plate for the Hawks. Nice with a bendy pitch. He's got a late break on his curveball. Not a deep break, but a late break. That one hits a spot. Nice job there by Furrow blocking that one. 2-2 the count, 2 outs, runner on second base. One run across the plate for the Hawks. Fastball just a bit outside. Count moves to full. 2 outs. Runner will probably be off with a pitch. There's a base hit. That's going to get knocked into right field. Almeida quickly there to get it and get it back in, but it's going to score as the runner was off with a pitch. 2 runs across now here for the Hawks in the top of the first inning. That one's going to be an earned run. Mason Kinney to the play here. Kinney is the designated hitter for the Hawks. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Nice little change up there. Late breaking curveball. Almeida giving chase. Can't quite get there. Foul ball in foul territory. Two runs across here so far for the Hawks. Mason Kinney at the plate. Count, no balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here. Fouls that bendy pitch off. Nice late break there. 12-6 on that breaking ball. And he hit him. Curveball that didn't bend. And the conversation going to be had here for Furrow. Going to go out and talk to Tom. Runners at first and second. 3-man crew here for the playoffs. All the playoffs will have a 3-man crew until the state game, where usually it's a 4-man crew. Positioning on umpiring is a little different here. They don't work a lot of 3-man crews during the regular season. There's a changeup over the outside part of the plate. That's strike 1. Batting here for the Hawks is Cormier. Nice paint there by Nice, as he lives on that outside corner. 2 strikes ahead up in the count. Here is Tom. Got to be careful of that breaking ball. He throws it there. That one's chopped. Tom picks it up, flips to first. And the Warriors retire the side, but the damage is done in the top of the first. 2 runs across for the Hawks. 1 earned, 1 unearned, and 2 errors for the Warriors. Bottom of the first we go. We'll give you the lineups and talk to you a little bit about what the Hawks look like defensively in just a second. Well, to the bottom of the first we go. Let's take a look at the lineup and what it looks like here. Brought to you by Newport Glass. Newport Glass, major sponsor of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. And if for all your glasswork needs, check out Newport Glass right in town in Newport. Looks like so for the Warriors. Buck, Christian, Menard, Nice, Bowden, Buber, Furrow, Carr, and designated hitting today, Scharf. The battery today for the Hermon Hawks on the hill is Max Hopkins. Features a pretty decent curveball and a fastball that's got some pep. That one down in the zone. Ball one. Buck starts things off here. Center fielder for the Warriors. That one upstairs. First inning playoff game. Jitters tend to sometimes be high. Buck turns the bunt. Lets that go by. Strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Hopkins working from the windup. That one in on the hands, the inside part of the plate, 2-2. Might see the curveball here. Nope, down low. Count worked to full. Owen Buck's done his job as a leadoff hitter. Got the count to full. Bucky chops that one up the middle. That one's going to get through for a hit. Buck's got some speed in the leadoff spot for the Warriors. Chops that one right up the middle for a leadoff hit. Now batting Gratian. Came the shortstop, wearing number 7. Steps in. A little bit of small ball is not out of the ordinary for the Warriors. And that one way outside, ball 1. Gratian did turn to bunt. Buck's got all kinds of speed over there. Wouldn't be surprised if he's got to go green light whenever he wants. That one right down Broadway, strike 1. 1-1 the count. Pretty small lead over there for Buck. Comes to a set. Hopkins, there goes Buck. Throw down. He is in time on the outside part of the tag. Great throw there by McAlpine, but Buck just beat it. Runner now in scoring position for the Warriors, and the bunt's probably off here. 2 strikes on the hitter. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner in scoring position for the Warriors in the bottom of the first. Hopkins comes to the set. Checks a runner. That one is going to be a little flare to right. Buck tags, tries to draw a throw. And that one collected. Things are going to be a little bit interesting in the outfield as far as fly balls are concerned today. Saw an error are already in the top of the first. The wind is kind of swirling here. There are gusts all over the place. As Menard comes to the plate, third baseman, looking to make up for the error back in the top of the first with a ground ball that was hit to him. One away here. In the bottom of the first, there's a curveball that breaks outside, ball 1. That one hit directly up the middle, slow roller, going to be a tough play, and he makes it. Nice play there. Morrison picks up that slow roller. Menard didn't exactly light that one up down the line, but he made it a difficult play nonetheless. As Tom Nice, the pitcher, steps up with a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs. Warriors going to have to try to find a way to get those runs back that they let up, to, especially the unearned one. Ooh. Late break there. Outside in. Pretty pitch. That one upstairs. 1-1 to Nice. Looking for a timely base hit here. As Nice is at the plate trying to help his own cause. Swing and a miss inside fastball. Lots and lots and lots of gap. I mean, you could build a Walmart between left field and center. That one chopped to the right side, picked up by the second baseman, underhand throw to first. Runner left in scoring position. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for the Hawks. After 1 complete, the score here from Newport is Hermon 2 and Nokomis 0. That last pitch, one of those pitches he threw broke out and back in like a screwball. That's tough. That's tough. That you don't see a screwball in high school baseball. Eight, 9-1. Check that. 7-8-9 due up for the Hawks. It's Cormier, Meserve, and Leclerc. Cormier, the right fielder. His first at bat of the day here. Top of the second. Ball 1 in the first pitch. Nice spot right at the knees there. 1-1. Got a beautiful crowd here all the way up the third baseline. That one's lined. Accretion in the that one eats him up. In between hop. Hit on a line. Died. Just jumped up over him. Base hit. Reserve steps in here. Third baseman. Nice checks the runner. Back in time. Oh, nice little spot there by Furrow. Helps that one back into the zone. Might have caught a strike there. 1-1 the count. That one down low. Wants a spin on that. Change up. One and one the count. That one ripped to the right side in the hole. Gets by the dive of car. Almeida picks it up. got there quick enough to be able to pick that one up. First and second with nobody out here. Bottom of the order's got a hit parade for the Hawks. Clerk steps in here. He bunts. Moves the runners over. Sacrifice. Bowden off the base on that one. Beat out. I'm going to say that's an infield hit, and we've got problems for the Warriors. This has been the name of the game for a few of the games this year for Nokomis. When the wheels on the bus tend to come off, they really do come off, and the floodgates kind of bring lots of water. 10-6 on the year. They've had times when they flash the leather and it really looks like baseball, but today there have been some misplays and miscues in the early goings of this. It's been since 2017 that the Nokomis Warriors have hosted a playoff game. Leadoff hitter here. Morrison reached on an error. That one's back up over us here for strike one. Bases are juiced for the Hawks. Could really use a strikeout here. That one is up. We're back here in the no flinch zone. The backstop took care of that. Two strikes to the hitter. Oh, he hit him. Hit by pitch. Got him on the shoulder. Carousel continues. 3-0 the score. There's a foul ball off his foot. Hopkins up there. Sam went down by way of the K back in the first inning. Here's a curveball. Good looping curveball there by Nice. 0-2, but the bases are loaded. One Hawk has come across already. There's a changeup to the outside down the right field line. Long way for Almeida to run. It's going to fall in for a hit. That's probably going to score. Well, it only scores one. Almeida quick enough to be able to get there and prepare himself to throw. Gets it back into the infield in time, but run is across. Second earned run in the second inning here. 4-0 Hermon. Nice has been putting things in the strike zone. He has hit a couple of guys, has one strikeout. Errors in the first inning and hit parade in the second. Hopkins up here. Max. Maddox rips that one to center field, same place he went before. That one's going to go, oh my. A grand salami. That one was Pepperidge farmed all the way to center field. The bases were juiced and he squeezed it. Shoulders and body language here is low. 4 runs across on a big bomb. Braden Ladd, the hitter. Nobody out, but Well, nobody on. Maddox Kenny helps his own cause and clears the bases. Nice as curveball waited on. Carr can't get there. Almeida will pick it up. He's been real busy in right field today. Another hit. That's probably going to do it for Nice. Probably going to switch here with Bowden. First base for pitcher. He hit spots today, but there's been some problems with the glove, and the bats have been alive for the Hawks. We'll have ourselves a new pitcher. Seth Bowden to the hill. Straight change pitcher for first base. And we'll get into his warm-ups. Mason Kinney will be the first hitter that he faces. Kinney is a last name of baseball history in the state of Maine. Not sure of the relation, but there was a professional baseball player that came from the Bangor program with the same last name. Well, Seth Bowden takes the hill. And the bottom of the second we're at, he's going to inherit a runner at first base with nobody out. Baseball's a funny game. You know, much like any of the major sports, momentum swings. In this case, the hitting has been contagious here for Hermon in the second inning. Bowden to the hill. That one fouled off his foot. Strike one. Double play ball would be crucial here. Get a couple outs and get off the infield. There's one chopped to Menard. Menard going to throw across the diamond. Over to Nice. Tires are first out. 5-3 on the putout. And Hermon has officially batted around. Cormier, who started this hit parade, fouls that one off and out of play. There's a strike. Curveball just a bit outside. Good place to miss. 2 strikes here. That one foul back. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Runner on second. There's a curveball. That's just a bit out. Look pretty. There's a hit. Almeida gets it. Gonna get it in. They're gonna cut it to home. Moves the runner over and a base hit. 2 hits now for Cormier. As Meserve comes in. Third baseman for the Hawks. Had a hit last time at bat. Second at bat in the same inning. 1 out here. Runners at the corners. Infield fly will be in effect here. Tricky. Bowden looking to see if something might be on. Gets his signal, comes to a set. Bunt, squared to bunt, throw down, cut off. Defensive indifference on the advancement of the runner. Infield fly no longer in effect as first base is open. 1 out here. Ooh. That one's a little low. 1-1. There's a little chopper to Cretion. He's going to throw across the diamond and get the out. But another run scores as it's now 9-0 in the top of the second. Kirk, the hitter, number 9 spot. Left fielder. Swing and a miss there. 1-1 the count. Runner at third. That one outside. Strike on the outside corner. Tough pitch there by Bowden. That one outside. Just a bit. Count runs to full. That one fouled off. Cretion couldn't quite squeeze that one. Hit off the top of his catcher's glove. Stings a little bit. Full count will do it again. Payoff pitch is outside, going to walk him. This is the 10th batter of the inning for Hermon. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here. This is our leadoff hitter, Morrison. Faint there. Be an issue where you may see a walk and steal, trying to get the run in before the out comes. That one is up, and the wind's going to mess with that one. On a normal day, that one's probably caught, but the wind took that one all the way from headed towards the fence, almost right back into the field of play. On a pretty big gust. One and one the count. Ball back in play. Bowden misses upstairs there. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here. That one is slapped into the gap. Gonna be a double. Gonna probably score 2. Scoring all the way from first. As the 11th batter steps to the plate. Sam Hopkins steps in. This one up in the infield should be caught. Carr does get a hold of that one. And finally, the damage has been done. 11 batters to the plate for the Hawks and 9 runs scored in the top of the second inning. The highlight being a grand slam as the score, as we head to the bottom of the second, 11-0. Believe so. Well, the deficit can only be reduced 1 run at a time. As Bowden steps in here. That one outside. Bowden, Buber, Furrow due up for the Warriors. Little nubber back to the mound, steps and throws, first out. 1-3 on the put out for those of you scoring along at home. Well, we were asking for conversation. Thought we were going to have a discussion. There was some question if the ball had hit Seth in the box, but no. There's a curveball, just a bit upstairs. Buber, the hitter here, playing left field today. Almeida's seen a lot of action out there in right field as a defensive specialist today, but not much has been hit to left aside from a double that went shopping in the gap in the last inning. This is Buber's first at bat. Fouls that one off. Just a bit behind it. Hopkins has had pretty good command so far, but he's only really worked 1 inning. Decent curveball. That one's slapped. 1-3 on the put out there for the second out. Isaac Furrow steps to the plate. Catcher. Couple little choppers back to Hopkins. 2 outs here. Furrow steps in. Strike one. On the bottom of the zone. That one gets away. Furrow's got a natural break when he drops down. It looks almost like a screwball. Ball starts out and tails back in. There's a fastball up in the middle of the zone. 1-2. 2 outs here. That one fouled off. Pretty spot there by Hopkins. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. There's a curveball. Little bendy pitch hit foul. Good job there by Furrow, taking that outside pitch the other way. Guiding the line there down the right field line is Cormier in right field. There's a chopper that's going to hit the third. Might die. Nice pick up there. Pretty play by Meserve. Picks that one up with his glove. Nice transfer and a peppered throw. The Warriors go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second inning. To the top of the third we go with the score. Hermon 11, Nokomis 0. Softball game. It looks like I'm going to make my kids' softball game.
Yep. That'd be my guess.
Yep. Said expectations were high.
Very.
Well, the 3, 4, 5 hitters are due up here for the Hawks in the top of the third. After 12 batters came to the plate in the second. Bowden on the hill. Came in relief of Tom Nice. That one hit up in the air. Tricky out there. Almeida gets that one. First out retired here. Nice curveball there. Maddox Kinney hit the grand slam in the second. That was a nice curveball there by Biden. Steady diet of bendy pitches here. I'm pretty sure he's not going to see a fastball. There's the curveball down below. In the dirt, nice waist pitch. Nobody on. If there's a fastball, it might come here. It does, but it's up and away. 2-2. There's a curveball hit down to Menard. That one off his glove. Throw across the diamond. Not in time. Gets by nice. Goes all the way to the fence. Hopkins going to end up on second. And another error. Warrior Nation, this is not the way that some envisioned this one. First time hosting a playoff game in almost a decade. Anticipation of this contest was high, but execution hasn't been. Hermon Hawks have come in here with hot bats and an even more spotless pitcher. Ladd chops that one over to Carr. Carr going to try to pick it up. He couldn't field it, and scoring. Oh, he got him. There's a second out of the inning. Trying to score from second on that errant throw. Was Kenny. Ladd ends up on second after the errant throw. Bowden with a strike. 2 outs here. There's a curveball ripped by Menard. Hit into Boober. He gets it in. Now first and third with two out. Cormier comes to the plate. Cormier's got a couple of hits today. He started the hit parade back in the second. Came up again after batting around and had his second hit. That one fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Takes off ball, hit up the middle. Played by Carr. Nice job going one way and turning his body around to make the throw. No runs. 1 hit. 2 errors. Bringing the error total to 5 for the Warriors after 3 innings of defense. Due up in the bottom of the third is Carr, Scharf, and then back to the top of the order, Buck. So 8-9-1. Hopkins currently throwing a 1-hitter as we move to the bottom of the third. 10-run rule is in effect if we get there. So the Warriors have some work to do for this one to continue past 4 complete. Strike 1 outside corner. Jeff Carr, the hitter here. Carr's a junior. Ball just a bit upstairs. Starter on the basketball team and the baseball team. He's had himself quite the year as an athlete and in the classroom. Two balls, one strike here to Carr. That one just a bit inside. Hitters count here to Carr. That one foul back. As the count goes full. Outside corner paint. For the first out of the bottom of the third as Scharf comes in. Ball outside. Hopkins. One and one to Nicky. Swing and a miss. Nicky, a senior, has gone through graduation exercises. It's a wonderful thing about a senior-led team. They come back to play here, even though they've been out of school for a week. There's a ball low. Three and two here, full count to Scharf. That's ball four. Scharf's got some speed. Gonna manufacture some runs here to stay into this one. Buck comes up to hit for the second time. The only hit of the game was a leadoff hit for the Warriors. Scharf on first. Has some speed. Soccer player, indoor track athlete, as well as baseball. Three-sport athlete for Nicky. Swing and a miss by Buck on the outside part of the plate. Pretty nice pitch. Quick throw. Fouls that one off. That was painfully close to a balk. Ball upstairs. One ball, two strikes, one away here. Scharf on first. That one poked foul. Slapped away outside the other way. One ball, two strikes. Strike three outside part of the plate. Buck goes down looking. Gratian steps in here. Somehow got to get Scharf in the scoring position. That one fouled away. Scharf's got himself a heck of a secondary lead. Good to see the aggression. Just don't want to get picked off. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. That is a tough pitch to hit. 2 strikes here. Curveball outside. Beautiful block by McAlpine. Gusty wind here, really picking up. Comes to the set, delivers. That one's going to be a high chopper. Going to eat up the shortstop. Scharf's going to come into third. Looks like he might. He's going to hold him up here. Would have been an interesting potential play at the plate. Nice job by Cretion having the wherewithal, seeing where that one went, got himself into scoring position. 2 outs away, but 2 runners on. Couple of guys in scoring position. The work that we were talking about here before this inning started had the Nokomis Warriors have an opportunity to get it done, to potentially stop the bleeding, or at least the mercy rule, come the completion of the next inning. Menard, the hitter, takes a ball 1 inside. Strike right down, bro. Oh, whoa. And called it a ball. That looked right down the middle. Might have missed that one. There's a strike, same location. Boy, the wind's really whipping here. Owen looking to get the bat on the ball here. Two but out, 2 men on. Deuces all the way around. Line drive. Gonna die quickly and get into center field. 2 runs are gonna score on the hit. And the Warriors are on the board. Tom Nice, the hitter. That's going to draw a conversation. And a pinch runner will come in here. Chase Demos, a freshman, going to run for the Warriors. Tom Nice steps to the plate. What's the pitcher who started this thing? Does have warning track power in that bat of his. Slaps that one foul back over in the windshield alley. Just misses the front bumper of an Escalade. Tom Nice got a strike on him. Demos running on first. That one down low, ball one. 2 outs here. That one slap foul. Behind it. It's nice. Got to get his hands back a little quicker. Probably a curveball here. That one hit up the middle. 4-3 on the putout. But the Warriors get a couple on the board, so they put up a crooked number. It's a 9-run lead for Hermon going into the top of the fourth, 11-2.
You got anybody watching?
20 people.
Oh, that's cool.
20 households.
Yeah,
Not bad.
not bad.
I watched some of the Dexter basketball you guys did.
Yeah.
Try to do as much as we can.
Kimball family's our friends.
Yeah.
Cody Kimball.
Yep.
Dexter, Cade, and Cody.
Yep.
Go straight from second base. All over the fence over there. Like walk around the fence over that way. And try to find that home run ball.
Well, it's high school playoff baseball here. Top of the fourth. Score Hermon 11, Nokomis 2. Bottom of the order here for the Hawks. This is Meserve. This will be his third at bat of the contest. That's kind of should tell you all you need to know about what's gone on here so far if you're just tuning in. Two on the pitch, Bowden. Just misses low. Hurry in one. There's a strike right at the knees. Count goes back to full. Reserve has had a hit and grounded out to short. That one goes bowling for dollars, comes all the way back to the backstop. Runner was taking a turn but not going. Furrow with a good hustle back to get that one. As the first runner reaches for the Hawks. Well, Clark comes to the plate here. He's had a hit and reach on a walk. Back in the second. His third at bat. Nobody out. Runner on first. That one up high. Swirling, difficult wind here in Newport today. As the skies did clear up, though. We got a little bit of cloud left here. Thought perhaps we might get a shower, but all the gray clouds have moved on. 3-0. Missing upstairs. Bowden looks a little frustrated. 4 straight pitches. 4 straight pitches and a walk. We're going to have a conversation here. Is Isaac going to go talk to Seth? Something about a live chicken. Morrison steps in, top of the order here for the Hawks. Squares the bunt, pops that one up. That one's going to get caught. Safe. There's an out. Definitely an in-between call there. That one didn't really get to the crest for an infield fly, as it was attempted to be bunted. Dangerously close to being able to make that call was runners on first and second, nobody out. One away here. Hopkins steps in, his fourth at bat. That one grounded up the middle. Going to score a run. Almost get the double play. Guess Cretion must have been in the vicinity there. May have caught a cleat. Looks like he's walking something off, holding his back. Umpires haven't quite picked up on it yet. Maybe he's okay. Max Hopkins steps in, trying to help his own cause. Oh, that one hit the short and it eats him up. That's going to score a run. Second run across in the inning. Back up by 11 now are the Hawks, with a dangerous hitter stepping in. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And we've got a new pitcher here. Zach Furrow, sophomore. He's going to inherit runners on first and second. One out. So the infield fly will be in effect. Maddox Kinney, the hitter. Four RBIs on the day. Furrow upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. 13-2 is the score. Top of the 4th. That one right down Broadway hit the Bach. That's going to get over his head all the way to the fence. Maddox Kenny with RBI number 5 on the day. (14-2). Ladd steps in. Couple of hits for Ladd. And reached on an error. Been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Runners at second and third. 1 away. 14-2 the score, top of the 4th. That one way outside. That one fouled back. Summer is approaching. Last day of RSU 19 is tomorrow for a workshop for teachers and staff. The kids have been... Today was their last official day. Summer will begin for them tomorrow. The way this looks, it will be that way for all of the spring sport teams. Strike 3 on the outside corner looking. That gets a second out there. Like to highlight one of our outdoor track athletes. Jacob Steiner made the podium down at States that happened this week down at MDI. In discus, he is qualified. There's a line drive caught by Menard. Steiner qualified in the discus, made the podium, and his distance will probably place him to be able to throw in the New England regional for the state. Also, female outdoor athlete Kaylin Vandeventer placed second in the state 400 for Class B. So congratulations to those athletes and the 12 athletes that made the outdoor track state meet. And other things to report, Nokomis softball, defending state champions, were knocked off down at Belfast earlier this week. They lost 7-6 down at Belfast in a heartbreaker for the Warriors. Hopkins looks to close this one out. He's got a 3-run pad before the run rule. I believe it's after 4. Might be 5, home team. We'll have to check on that. I don't know if it's 4 or 5. Do you, Matt? Do you know if it's after 4 or if it's 5? It's 5.
I don't know if even retail is the same for the special edition versus the regular one.
Well, it's a big crowd for playoff baseball here in Newport. Something that hasn't happened in the town for a while. As Bowden steps in. Running into a buzzsaw is what this has got to been kind of felt like if you're a Warriors fan. 14-2 is the score in the bottom of the fourth. Been a beautiful pitching affair here by Hopkins. Oh, he's let up 3 hits. Scattered a couple in the last inning. Three balls here to Bowden. Ball inside. Four straight to Bowden. Boober comes up to the plate. Grounded back to the pitcher in his first and only at bat. 1-3 was retired on a putout. Turns to bunt, takes strike. Trying to keep themselves into this one. Maybe a little small ball, play for the big inning. Try to keep this one alive. There's a hit up the middle. Boober slaps that one into center, just up over the shortstop, who was creeping in up the middle. Isaac Furrow will come to the plate here. Last time grounded to third. Nobody out. It is after 5 as the run rule. So we will have at least one more inning of play. There's a strike on the outside corner. If the Warriors can't score some runs. Pretty good playable secondary lead there by Bowden. 1-1 the count, nobody out. Infield fly is in effect here. There's a ground ball, takes a funny hop, looking to turn a pair, and they roo. Hawks roll a pair. 4-6-3 on the twin killing. Runner moves over. Pinch hitter here. Owen Russell. Take strike one on the inside part of the plate. Pretty pitch. Inside part of the plate, right at the knees. Hard to hit. Strike 2, outside part of the plate. Inside to outside. Russell's like, do I? Well. No. Doesn't offer at the breaking ball. Knew it was coming. Good waist pitch there. Hopkins. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Slaps that one to second. Down on one knee. Gets up, makes the play. 4-3 on the putout. Runner left in scoring position. And after 4 complete, Hermon 14. Nokomis 2.
Get your grades done today?
Yep. I got a little bit to do tomorrow, but not great.
I gotta move stuff tomorrow.
Oh, did he move his stuff out?
Well,
Well, no, not really, but I got stuff in rooms that needs to be moved, so it's got to go in. You know, like I got a portable stand that goes on a desk for a podium that I have in Wayne's room that I want in my, you know, and it's just stuff that's got to be moved. It's got to happen. I don't even know if he's gonna. I don't know why he would be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no kids.
Yeah, it makes no sense for him.
I don't know why. If he is, I don't. I mean, unless he hasn't picked up his personal stuff, I don't. I mean, why wouldn't you have had your grades done today? You know, if you only teach on one day, you know, you didn't have that many sections of class. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel for the guy though, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I got the trusty dusty lineup card out here. Gonna have some substitutions. We got a pinch hitter here. As we start things here in the top of the fifth. Hitter is Kobe Williams. And he hits him. Gonna have a conversation here. Looks like that might do it for Farrow. Owen Menard is going to get the ball here. Farrow straight change. Menard to pitch. Zach is going to move over to third. We've got a pinch hitter here for the Hawks. First pitch from Menard is a ball. Cooper Stanley is the hitter. That one is a line drive picked up by Farrell. Throws across the diamond, but it gets away. Opportunity for double play. Throw goes in the dirt. Nice wasn't able to pick that one out. Another pinch hitter here. Doing the best I can with the lineup card. It's like Justin LeGray. LeGray. That one ripped foul. And strike three. 2 away here. Another pinch hitter. Dylan Fair fouls that one off. Menard to the set. That one upstairs. Nice late movement on that fastball. Catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one down in the dirt. Curveball doesn't break. Left high in the zone. Got to shut the window on that one. Count is full. Run will be off of the pitch. And we'll do it again. Ooh, that one was almost Newport glass. Just in front of a GMC. The count is full. Oh, we got him. Picked off. Caught him leaning. Nice sneaks in behind. Well, 3 runs for this one to continue. Or it's end of the ball game. It's been a beautifully pitched affair by Max Hopkins. He's going back out to the hill. Only a couple of Ks, but he's been Hermon has been real active with their leather. He hasn't exactly been hit hard. A lot of action to the right side. Nobody's really pulled him today. A lot of ground balls and little flares. 9-1-2. The bottom of the fifth. There we go. Work to do for the Warriors to keep this one going. Scharf is the hitter. Worked a walk last time. That one outside. Got the speed to be able to bunt for a hit. Steps out, swings late. 2 balls, 1 strike. Buck on deck. Steps out, swings late again. 2-2 the count. Ball just outside. Pretty tough place to miss. Count is full. Hopkins deliver. That one's going to get slapped down the right field line, but it's going to travel out of play. We'll do it again. Don't think that we're going to see a breaking ball here. Been late on everything. And misses, walks Scharf again. Nicky's second time on base in as many at bats. Owen Buck comes up to the plate. Bucky's had a hit, and he's also gone down looking. Scharf can run. Statistically, percentages of ball 1 versus strike 1 versus on-base percentage, significant difference. Ball 2 here. Hopkins maybe might be losing a little bit of command. I spend so much time in the dugout in between watching the hits go on. It's hard to continuously find your rhythm. Looking to get that rhythm again. That one's upstairs. Mechanics fleeting here a little bit. You can't overthrow yourself back into the strike rhythm. Got to be smooth and seamless. Same mechanics. 3-0. Probably taken all the way here is Buck. Fake bunt. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Buck thought that might have been outside. Pulled back like he thought it was a ball. Probably faking all the way. 3-1, hitters count. That one's upstairs, lays off, nice discipline. Second walk in a row as runners go to first and second. Infield fly is in effect here. Cretion will step in. Caden's had a hit. It's up over short, and he's also flown out to right field. He's had his bat on the ball a couple of times. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Mechanically, that looked a lot better. Buck's got to be careful not to get picked off over there at first. Squares the bunt. Look, no, foul ball came off the hitter. Probably not a bad idea to bunt there. Move the runners over. Got to have 3 though. Cretion does have the speed to maybe beat one out if he put it down the third baseline. Tough place right there. Now we got 2 strikes on him, so he's got to protect on everything, and that curveball's been vicious today. Hopkins comes to the set, wheels around. Scharf almost picked off. Caught him leaning. Pretty nice check. Just quick enough to be able to get back underneath the tag. Awful close. There's that curveball. Just on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty good waist pitch. Probably worked the ladder here on a fastball. That was down the middle. A little chopper. Tough play. Hopkins feels his position very well. Gets a force out at third. Runners still at the first and second. 1 out now, and the infield fly is in effect. Umpires have done a nice job today working in the 3-man crew, the mechanics of that. And again, something that they don't normally do all the time. And if you want to be an umpire, I would highly suggest you take a look at the Kennebec Somerset Umpires Board. They're always looking for new. Oh, that was painfully close to a balk. Menard at the plate. Takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. That's just a tough pitch. It's a great spot, great location. Not overpowering, but it's enough to that location. That one outside, inside. Setting up for a breaking pitch or climb the ladder. 2 strikes now. Got to protect. There's Bernard. That one gets away. Runners are going to move up. Buck moves up to third. Creation moves up to second. There is such a thing as trying to hit a spot, but you got to keep it out of the dirt. Nard's got an opportunity here to knock a couple of guys in. Climbs the ladder. No discipline in the plate. Trying to do it with a bat. Tommy Nice comes in 2 outs. 2 runners on. This could be a final hitter. Failure to reach as a strike. A late break on that. That's just pretty. That one slapped down the right field line. Could be fair, and it is. That's going to score 2 all the way down the line. Tommy Nice with a very long single drives in 2. 14-4 is our score. With 2 outs here, runner at first base must score to keep this one alive. Bowden at the plate and does have home run distance in his repertoire. So wind picks up here. It's really pushing out now. Hopkins has done a great job on the hill today, being able to work low in the zone. Layton's going to run here for Nice. Whew. That is blusterous, that wind. Ball low. Loudon really hasn't had anything to hit today. Now one up ahead. On deck is Boober. Got to look for the curveball here. Ooh. Tried to hit that one to Corinna. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one outside. 3-1. Hitters count. Bowden gets into one here. Could be the momentum. That is inside. Ball 4. Probably not a bad decision if you're Hermon. You don't want to give Nokomis any opportunity to be able to find that momentum. As we know, sometimes a big inning happens when hitting becomes contagious. Trying to avoid that inning is what they're trying to do. Runners on first and second here. Buber the hitter as the wind's really whipping. I mean, the cat and mouse that's out there at second short is dust is kicking up and blowing. There's a shot to third. Going to get the force at second. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the ball game. 10-run mercy rule here in the quarterfinal game of the Class B North. Winner Hermon going to go on to face the winner of Caribou versus Coney that was going on today down in Augusta. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. RSU 19 would like to thank you, and we'd like to thank some of our season-long sponsors, and we would hope that you would help support us again for our 2025-2026 season of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. Our major sponsor, Newport Glass. We have a Newport Glass player of the game. It goes to a Nokomis Warrior. And this one, it's going to be difficult to find such a thing. From the offensive side of things today, we're going to give the Newport Glass player of the game to Caden Cretion. With a couple of hits. Thank you so much on behalf of Mr. Matt Brown, our executive producer. Thanks for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, and we'll see you next year.